All right, so welcome to this part. On the previous lecture, we talked about a general idea of the business model that you are going to follow. And here in this part, in this lecture, we are going to focus on selecting the right name for your agency. Now you may say, well, selecting a name is easy, but there are some elements that there are some instructions that if you follow, you are going to be more successful and safer along the way, right? So when you want to build your agency, you want to register it legally, there are two names that you can use for your business. One of them is the legal name of your company, which you will have it on all of your documents. And the other one is the DBA, doing business as, which you can select another name and use that name to do your business. Now, there are a lot of benefits about using two names, so I strongly suggest you to use two names, one legal name and one DBA for your business. And there are some instructions that let's take a look at now. You can use your initial plus holding and ventures for your legal name. I suggest you to select several names for your legal name, 2-3 names at least, because when you want to register your company, which we will talk about it in the next part, we're going to talk more about forming your company legally. Your work will be much easier because some of the names that you select may already exist and they won't accept it. Anyway, this is a way that you can select the name of the legal name of your company. Then do not name your company after yourself, because later if you want to sell it, it will be much harder. For example, the name that here I'm talking about is the name that people know the company, right? For example, on my company here, the general name of my company, the name that people know and recognize it is Puyayeti. I am inside the name. Now, the thing is that I have no intention of selling it ever. That is why I use my name or myself as the brand name. But in general, when you want to build any company, for example, a company like this, a social media marketing agency, you may want to consider selling it after a couple of years. And that way, the effect is when the next person who want to use the company, when they want to find clients, and then the clients see that you are not in the picture, but your name is in the company. So that will be much harder. Maybe they buy it cheaper. So I suggest you that right now that you want to select your name, select something which doesn't have specifically your name inside it. And the thing is that when you use two names, later you can change the DBA much easier. Since it doesn't have that much paperwork. So the next one is that name your DBA after your niche. So later on the next couple of, let me come down here. All right, and the next couple of lectures, we are going to talk about, right now we are here, then we have Facebook marketing and ads, and then we have finding your niche. So here we will talk more about how you should select a perfect niche for you. And using your niche inside your DBA, it has a lot of benefits. The main one is that when you want to speak with someone, when you want to convince a potential client, if they see that, for example, the name of your company is, for example, social media marketing agency in LA, for example. If they see something like this, well, it is too broad, right? Social media marketing for what? Okay, but if you have, for example, let's say you select your niche to be restaurants, okay, and when you want to convince a client, a potential client, and when they ask about the name of your company and you tell them, right, it is, for example, social media marketing for restaurants, they know that they will understand that you are focused on this topic, okay? So it will be another story. This will help you a lot there, and your customers will understand much better what is your focus and how much more you can help them. The next point is that if your DBA point to what you do, you already won't have the battle. These two are more or less connected to each other. So again, what you are doing or your niche is about restaurants or about doctors, what kind of doctors you have to, if you bring all of these into your name, it's going to be very helpful. The next point is showing reward in your DBA. Now, reward is in business, in marketing, when we would talk about reward, if you have been in my other courses, I mention it a lot because it's a very powerful element. So reward for your customer, let's say again, you want to focus on restaurants, right? And what is the reward for restaurants? That if they use a social media marketing agency to help them, what are they looking to achieve there, right? They are looking for more customers so they can make more money, right? Making more money or getting more customers are a reward for them. Now, if you can bring that reward into your DBA, let's say, for example, you want to name your company, the DBA as customer flood for restaurants, for example, or customer flood restaurants, okay? So anyone who hears this name, they will understand that your job is to bring a lot of customers to restaurants, okay? This will be more obvious, so they will trust you more, and generally your work will be much easier along the way. So these were some general tips that I wanted to point out. If you have any question about them, just contact me, go below and write a question for me. And there's another thing that when you want to select a name, you have to pay attention, and that is all the social media platforms that we have. So the thing is that you can use, there's a website here, I put the name here, you can come here and click on it, or just write the URL yourself, and namechk.com. So when you come here, you can search for a name and you can see in which platforms it is available. There you use it. For example, let's say, for example, the thing that we mentioned before, customer flood, right? Now, you see the customerflood.com is not available. Facebook is not available. Twitter is not available, but YouTube, Instagram, Reddit, Blogger, these are available. So this way you can also check if the name that you are selecting is available on the platforms that you need. Now, you don't need all of those platforms, mostly Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. These are the main important ones for your agency, right? So these were the tips that I wanted to share with you about naming your company. Again, if any part of it wasn't so clear for you or you have more questions about it, do not forget to contact me. And if you're ready, let's go for the next part, which is about forming your company.